Today we're going to be doing my rear shocks on my 86 D150. You can do this job for about 50 bucks. Pretty simple and straightforward. All it takes is a 3/4 socket. You'll need two different sockets and two different ratchets. First thing you want to do is take off this bottom one right there. The 3/4 should come off pretty simple, but make sure you're soaking it down with some penetrating spray first. I had to get a breaker bar on there because these are original shocks, so they've been sitting back there for about 40 years. On the top bolt, you're going to want to get two different ratchets and alternate when you're tightening and loosening. After you get that nut off the back though, just tap the bolt straight off and it should fall out. And these are fully original, and you can test these by compressing it and pulling it out. If it doesn't want to come up on its own, that usually means the gas is out. And the rubber boots on there were just fried, so for 25 bucks, why not go ahead and change them? And these things held up pretty good for over the years. I mean, these last about 45 years. And now we're just going to clean up all of the hardware real quick. Just get a wire brush on them and put some penetrating spray on it. And these are the new shocks. Got these off Rock Auto. Reinstall everything is really straightforward. Everything uses a 3/4. You're going to want to take this bolt first, put it straight through the top, take your nut, put that on the back end, and then you're going to use both of these sockets, one in the front, one in the back, and then alternate when you're tightening. Make sure you use some PV Blaster, some lubricant, just to make sure that the threads and everything move a lot quicker. Now on the bottom, you're gonna go ahead and put that nut and this spacer. So you want to put this spacer right here so this grommet is equally pressurized when you're putting it down, and just make sure that this nut gets torqued right over the top. Now what I did was I left this strap on that came with this shock. So I left that on there just so everything is lined up and smushed and compressed when you're putting it on there. Makes everything a little bit easier. Now when I jack this thing up, unfortunately I jacked it up a little bit too much, so I have to lower it down a little bit so this top bolt will line up with this bottom one. But make sure to leave this strap on. Worst comes to worst, you can take this strap off and the top will start to expand. Then you can slip your bolt in. And it's really simple as that. That's what they look like when they're all installed. Make sure they're torqued down to, I think, about 60 foot-pounds. I'd show you how to do the front, but they were a lot less forgiving, and I had to grind them off.